Good evening, wishing everybody a very beautiful, auspicious, happy, and a holy Diwali. It's called Deepavali, which means a festival of lights, where we light the lamps, and there are two, stories behind it. One is that this is the day when Lord Rama came back home victorious after completing his 14 years of exile and after vanquishing the evil Ravana. And when he came back home, the citizens of Ayodhya, they welcomed him back with the lighting of lamps and making it a festival and a joyous occasion. So it therefore signifies coming back home after 14 years of exile. And the other and a connected idea of Deepavali, more from a spiritual standpoint, is that it is about illuminating and removing the darkness from our lives. So I feel that both of them are actually very deeply connected to each other, because removing the darkness by bringing light in our life is also the 14 years of being in the wilderness, and that wilderness is also associated with darkness, and then coming back home. So actually this wilderness that we all are in, while being in civilized societies and beautiful countries and bustling cities with all amenities, but we are still in the wilderness of the world. And what we are seeking is, all of us, to go back home, that home which is deep within us, where we experience the light of the self. So everybody is actually looking to come back home. And home is where the consciousness is, home is where heart is, home is where the light of the self is radiating. Home is where we are absolutely comfortable, contented, and peaceful. And coming back home is the festival of lights. And removing the darkness. What is this darkness? If some time back I was sitting in a room with my eyes closed and the room was dark, and my son came in and asked me, "Why are you sitting here in the darkness? Come outside where there is light." And this is what we tell everybody who's sitting in the dark, because we don't like darkness. Each one wants to be in light. And just imagine that we, all of us, have been sitting for so long in the darkness without us knowing it. Physically, we have been in the light, but actually the darkness is the darkness of being caught up in the unreal and considering the unreal to be the real, or the untruth to be the truth. It's actually quite funny that, for years and years we keep reading and talking about it, but we do not experience it really in our lives. So to my mind, the Diwali celebration should all be on this line of Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. So, whatever we are perceiving in our life with our five senses is what our world is. And it holds us so strongly that we completely believe that what we are experiencing with the five senses is the truth. And we live our lives, not just current life, but lifetimes upon lifetimes, believing that to be the truth. And therefore, that's the reason why we are never able to come into the light of the self, and we remain in the darkness of ignorance. And that's our challenge. Actually, we don't even know that we are in darkness. In my case, I was sitting in a dark room, but I was experiencing the light within. But for the world, darkness is the absence of the outside light. And so that is why we light so many lamps all across the country, so that this day can be marked with the presence of light. But is that the light that we are talking about? By externally lighting these lamps, or now these days we have great electric lights and showing a display of beautiful lights while our hearts are still in darkness, where our minds are still creating sorrow, revenge, joys, while the whole world is burning, we are still trying to light lamps outside of us. Because we have not trying to awaken to this understanding that this external light has nothing to do with this celebration. Because the evil, so-called that Ravana, is not outside anywhere, it's inside each one of us. And it is what occupies our mind. That's why he's signified by 10 heads. Ravana had supposedly 10 heads. These 10 heads are nothing but the five senses, sense or perceptions, and the five organs of action. And so therefore, between all this which is unreal, we keep getting trapped. And small things start becoming so big in our life. As simple as what somebody's said to us today. And from there we start reacting, and one reaction leads to another, then leads to anger, then a tantrum, and then we keep saying things which keep creating more and more holes for ourselves. And just because of the trap that the sense organs take us into, and the mind just is a beautiful master at creating situations when none exists. Everything is false and everything is unreal and everything is make-believe. What you believe in is what you manifest. Yad bhavam tad bhavati. And we keep pretending and we keep believing and we keep believing, and whatever we keep believing, we keep manifesting. There's nothing else actually. And we are so caught up in what we believe in. And everybody else, keeps pushing things into us more and more. And because of that, we keep believing more and more and more. And all these notions and ideas and beliefs that people give us, we keep getting caught more and more and more. And it's just endless, this whole idea of listening to people and believing and getting trapped. And every time we are walking into another trap. Nobody actually tries to take us out of the trap. Nobody tells us that you actually don't need anything. Nobody tells us that you are in the light already. because you are using these five senses, you're sitting in the darkness. And therefore, even when there is light, we are looking for light, somewhere else. Shankaracharya ji used to give this beautiful example. That one day he was outside his hut and he was trying to look for something. And one of his disciples came and he saw his master was looking for something, and he asked, "Master, what are you looking for?" He said, "I'm looking for a key." So the disciple also started to look for the key. And then after half an hour of search, the disciple took the courage to ask Shankaracharya, "But master, where did you exactly lose the key?" He says, "I actually lost the key inside in my room." So he said, "Master, but why are you looking for the key outside when you lost it inside?" He said, "Because inside there was no light, it was dark. Outside this lamp is there, so I am trying to search for it where there is light." Now, isn't this true for all of us? We're always looking for something outside because, outside we have these beautiful lights at home. And because inside there is darkness, we don't look inside. And what we actually need is to look for everything inside and light this lamp inside of us. We've lit a lot of external lamps. We've been caught for far too long in the externality and doing things outside. And we need to start looking at now lighting the lamps within us. What is this lamp that we want to light inside? What is it that can illuminate our lives and then illuminate the lives of all the others who come in connection with all of us? What is this inner lamp that we should light today? And once it is lit, it will never get extinguished, because the lamps, outside lamps, will either be switched off in the morning as the daytime comes, or if these are lamps of oil, then wind will blow them off, or they will finally run out of oil. But the inner lamp, which is called Atma Jyoti, or the lamp of the soul, or the light of the soul, is lit by this inexhaustible fountain of love. It's a lamp of love. Once it is lit, cannot be extinguished because it has an inexhaustible source of fuel in it. Love is the only fuel that never runs out. And the light of love is so bright that in its brightness, everything else pales into insignificance and all shadows will retreat. And once this lamp of love is lit in the heart, it actually helps us to light so many more lamps. This is one lamp which does not lose its light even when hundreds and thousands of lamps are lit from it. And this is the lamp that Sai Baba came to light in all of us. When he said, "I have come to light the lamp of love in your heart, to make sure it burns brightly, so that this love can spread to every corner of this universe." And from one lamp, millions and millions of lamps can be lit. And what a beautiful occasion. Then this day, the numbers are also telling today, it is 11/11. on the eve of Deepavali. Eve is the best time when we can start lighting this lamp of love in our hearts so that we can all awaken to the truth of ourselves and light actually our mind and throw it away in the Tripudi forever and live in this joy because unless we love ourselves, uh, unless we unless we light the lamp of love in our heart first, unless we love ourselves completely as we are, as it is, we cannot light the lamp of love in others' hearts. We cannot pass on this love to others. And this is the only lamp, as I said, which never dies down once it is lit. So today, all of us together, let's just connect ourselves energetically and come together and light this love, light this lamp in our heart so that we do not ever have to think of this again. And pray together that this love of ours should start now reaching out to all who are in need of this love, because the entire challenge in this world right now is only the lack of love. So we would be doing the greatest service that if today we all light this lamp with this awareness that today the world needs this light the most. And let this love then start to flow to all the places which are in turmoil and which are getting ready to participate in this chaos and turmoil. I believe today, in a single day, 700 earthquakes have hit Iceland. So the world is plunging into turmoil like never before. And it's all an imbalance of this primal energy of love. And today is the day of Amavas, or the day of the night of no moon. There is no moon on the day of Deepavali, which is actually tomorrow. And that they say that this is the darkest hour. And that is when even a small light becomes much brighter because of the darkness around. So tonight, let's just come home to this source that is within our hearts, to this love that resides here, to this universal consciousness which we have come to experience. We've been away in the wilderness for far too long, not recognizing this love, not participating in this love, not surrendering to this love, not flowing in this love. So let us today remove all the darkness from our heart, completely surrender the mind which has put us into this darkness and has held us a prisoner in this darkness, and tell ourselves today that we will not believe anything that our five senses are screaming at us and urging us to do, and that we'll totally ignore. Whenever such urgings come, we will withdraw, we'll become silent, we'll bite our tongue, and we will go in silence and withdraw and concentrate and focus only on our heart. And together today, energetically, we will close our eyes now as we dive deep inside and bring our awareness to our heart chakra, which is in the middle of our chest. And there is a Star of David over there. It's two triangles, one pointing to the top, and another one intersecting and pointing to the bottom. And then in the center of that, there's a beautiful lotus flower, which is pink in color. And on top of this lotus flower, there is a beautiful lamp, which has a colorless fuel in it, and there is a wick, and this is the lamp of love that has been waiting for so long for us to light. And before we can light this, we must offer our mind to all this heaviness, all strong energies that we are experiencing in our head. We mentally pick that up with our two hands, and then we see the Trikuti fire burning on our forehead at the Guru Chakra, just above our third eye, in an equilateral triangle. You see this huge fire burning, and you pick up this mind with all its heaviness, with all its thoughts, with all its memories, with all its judgments, with all its anger, ego, and you please offer it onto the Trikuti. Watch this heaviness leave your hands into the fire and let it burn and get consumed by the fire and absolutely purify. And experience this lightness in your head. As mind has been consumed in the fire and is purified. The mind has become blank. The mind is light as if it doesn't exist. There's nothing left in it. And now, with this very light head, with the mind completely consumed in the flames, we now come back our awareness to this lamp on this pink lotus in our heart chakra, surrounded by this six-sided triangle of the Star of David. And we have been given a spark of love that is being shared from the source of this consciousness. And in your one hand, the right hand, you're holding this light that has come to you from the source. This is universal love. And as you take your right hand to the lamp in your heart, you light from this universal lamp of love, light the lamp in your heart. As soon as you bring the light, it instantly starts to burn. The colorless fuel is the energy of love, and this energy is inexhaustible. It taps itself from the universal source. And this lamp is, as you're seeing, the flame is beautiful yellow and orangish hues on the outside. It has no smoke. And this lamp is beginning to give you the warmth in your heart. And this light is just beginning to spread across your body. Now mentally just go down to this light and pray. Asito ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma amritam gamaya. May this lamp that has been lit today lead us from untruth to truth, from unreal to real. And may the darkness of ignorance be removed as of now, forever, so that we experience that we are not this body, we are not this mind, we are the eternal consciousness which is making this flame light up and remain lit. And that in this love we start to bloom. We go down to that, and all of us receive the blessings from the source of creation. And let this Diwali be a special Diwali as we start to share this love with whoever we meet. You would know what you need to do. This life is about spreading this joy of love to whoever comes to you or whoever you meet on the street, at work, in your homes, anywhere. There is nothing better than the joy of giving. So give to everyone. Give with both your hands. Give because that is the principle of creation. Give and you shall get. So keep giving, keep sharing, keep loving. See the illumination that is spreading from you to the whole of creation. Let this Diwali be not the light coming from an external lamp, but the light coming from within you. Go out and share and spread this light with everyone. Because when you do a good thing, when you touch somebody's heart, when you do a good deed, you spread this light. Make this as a chain of touching hearts, of transforming lives, to be the only thing that we need to do in this earthly salon. Share, 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 help, 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 love, love, love. That's what it is about. Let this be a Diwali like never before, of sharing and caring and loving everyone. Beyond right and wrong, beyond good and evil, beyond day and night. And now we all come together, all of us, in this embrace of love, and we receive the blessings from the source of creation as we come together as one in this love. And may the power of this love continue to grow. And may there be abundance in your lives, abundance of good health, abundance of joy, abundance of peace, and abundance of contentment. I thank you all for being here today. Love and blessings. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.